When we had last left the Nameless One, well, they finally vacated the premises of Cursed, specifically the underground superchamber of Cursed. But before doing that, they of course freed Trius the Deva using their sword Celestial Fire. And they made way back up to the surface where I guess they would maybe annihilate the people of Cursed. Who could say? Regardless, behind the portal that they would eventually use to exit that area, they found Valor, a weird, angry dude, a mercy killer who they killed, actually. They killed the mercy killer. And then proceeded to the Outlands, where they went inside of a giant head. And it was there that they met with Fajul Forked Tongue, who gave them some advice because they were a sort of... Were they a demon? Were they a fiend? They were some sort of horrible, nasty type of creature. And they were bound by a contract to Trius to help out anyone who came there. And help they did. They handed over loads of cool items and let them rest and told them where to go to next. Now it's finally time to track down a Pillar of Skulls. This is Planescape Torment. Welcome back. Let us unpause that and be on our way.
All right.
Look at these big old worm grub things, huh? Are these roots or are these like giant centipedes? Huh. Is that like Shai-Hulud? No. I think those are roots. Okay. So, it was in the left hand, was it?
All right.
Uh-oh. Maybe the other left? Oh no, there it is. Okay. Oh, let's take it. Baitor. Neat. Ground almost looks like stained glass there. Man, we are really planes hopping here now. Holy shit. We're really planeswalking, huh? Okay. Let's see. Let's head on over this way. Kind of a straight shot. I wonder if there was originally a version of this game where you would go to each of these different planes and there would be maybe not an equivocal amount of stuff to do as there was in Sigil, but, you know, maybe like a third or 50%. But it had to be cut in the interest of time/budget. I feel like I would be down for that, but it might be tough to pull off and not, like, veer too far away from, like, some of the central themes and focus of the game. Oh shit, who is this? You're getting killed. A damsel in distress. Being assailed by a green Abishai. Okay, well, I guess we'll help. I'm sure this is truly a damsel in distress in this type of game.
Got a face only a sledgehammer could love, and has...
Oh no, there's a whole bunch of lemur. Oh no, and the damsel turned out to be another Abishai. Well, what can you do?
Slattern.
Face lend me strength.
I think, therefore I am. I think, Simile.
I'm a little out of practice, it seems.
Processing.
Okay.
Yeah? Your sheer
Maximally efficient
stares
strike.
pain into my eyes.
Awaiting order.
Huh? Your face is just begging to be kicked.
Error. Error.
Okay.
All right.
Not too bad. Fun little introduction to the hellish environs and entities that live here. Oh gosh, I'm being shot by fire just from nothing. Okay. Well, at least it was single target. I can tank it. No problemo. Oh. There's a cleft in the rocks here. It looks like you might be able to squeeze into it barely, but it doesn't seem to lead anywhere. You notice the ground here is littered with shards of obsidian, most likely caused by the occasional fireball you've seen streak through the air here blasting into the great boulders that line this vale. Pick up a shard of obsidian, place it into your mouth, and bite it so that it cuts your tongue. Oh, right. That's our ticket out of here. Good to know. Add note.
May my faith
Portal
lend me
out.
strength. Sheawase.
Done.
There we are. Man, that's a wild one to... Like, there's not even a clickable. I simply lucked into finding that. That is too wild. Okay. What's over this way? Anything cool? Oh, look. It's a Nupparibu or Nupparibo.
What?
Oh, fun.
Slattern.
Maximally efficient strike.
Man, they do not have much HP. Nor XP. Okay. Good. What have we got over on this side? Okay, that transitions the screen over. Okay. So how about up here? Amazingly, Baitor isn't quite as hostile so far as the last area as the Outlands. The enemy presence is significantly lower and frankly easier. 2 green Abishai and a bunch of Lemur, 1 Nupparibo. Okay, here's a red one. I don't really know. I don't remember which one is tougher than the other.
She has the personality of a patch of razor vine and twice as ugly. Your sheer ugliness stabs pain into my eyes.
The Karak sings true.
There we go.
May my faith lend me strength. Sheawase.
All right.
Okay, let's quick save again here. Anything of interest around these parts? Nope. Okay. Should I get really close to him or something? Maybe something will pop up? I don't think so. Oh, fireball. Holy shit. Okay, well. I guess I'll have you use a bandage, why not?
All right.
Good. Then, let's head over here. Lovely. Right there. Great, great, great. And then we'll zone out of here into the next screen. Let's check the world map. Where am I at? Oh, where am I at? Outlands still? It says Carcerai here. Have I been to Carcerai? Have I been to Carcerai? I don't know if I have been. Maybe I'm about to be. Is Carcerai where I just was? No, I'm at Pillar of Skulls now. How come Carcerai is lit up? I don't think I've been to Carcerai, have I? The shape and design of that doesn't look familiar at all. Oh. Is this the chattering Pillar of Skulls that I can hear right now? Look at it. It's all 3D animated and shit. Okay, cool. Yeah, they got all the voice actors from before, from like random junk in the Hive. I wonder what they all say if you isolate them. It's difficult to make sense of. Right, but I bet you could, if you go into... Well, I don't know, maybe it is all just one audio file. You know? Rather than multiple playing at once. This one right here looks like fucking Nemesis from Resident Evil. Okay. Let's see. Well, is there anything else here before I talk? Okay. Should I check in with Mort one more time?
Hey, what's eating you, Chief?
Nope, nothing.
Done.
Okay. Let's do it. The sight of this thing, this horrible, towering, pulsating thing, fills you with nausea, unfounded loathing, and a faint sense of familiarity. The innumerable rotting heads which make up the vast pile seems to constantly shift and throb, alternately bickering, weeping, conversing, shouting, and whispering to one another. Heads constantly bubble to the surface of the stack from somewhere within its foul core, while others sink back into the grisly pillar. Get the pillar's attention. Leave the pillar before you're noticed. I'll get the pillar's attention. As you make to step closer to the pillar, Mort hisses to you. Chief, listen. I can't let that thing see me. You gotta get me out of here. Drop me off somewhere. Pick me up later or something. Forget it, Mort. I'm going to speak to it now. Fine, we'll leave then. Okay.
What's the word, Chief?
Can I put Mort all the way over here then?
Okay.
Should I actually do this and be careful? I wonder if will something happen? I'm either going to get... This is either going to reward me or punish me for doing this. Okay. Get the pillar's attention. Okay. Oh, it worked. You take another cautious step towards the pillar, and all their conversation abruptly stops. The dozens of heads that line the pillar's surface slowly turn to face you in unison. They regard you silently, their breath fetid and moist upon you. I had some questions, Pillar. I was merely passing by. Farewell. I had some questions. Every head on the pillar's surface speaks at once to make the thing's voice, a terrible burbling sound that bubbles forth while foul, stinging vapors and putrid corruption stream from their mouths. The smell! 'Tis strong! It shall cross the plain soon, and Bel will come. The smell, what do you mean? The head's eyes turn wetly in their sockets to stare at Fall from Grace. The smell, her musk, the Tanari musk, the bittersweet scent carries and will attract Batizu soon. Their Lord Bel will be angry. I see. The heads turn their gazes back to you, though a few still snuffle noisily. If have you questions for us, you had best be quick. A few of the heads squint and gurgle softly. You think they might be laughing at you? As I said before then, Before you can finish, a portion of the pillar trembles as yet another head oozes its way to the surface. After some of the noisome slime has sloughed off, you recognize it as ferrets. Holy shit. It spits out a mouthful of bloody cysts and croaks. Anna, me darling child, is that you? Da, what you be doing in this place? The other heads remain mostly silent for a time as Ferret speaks. I wish they did. I wish that were true. Only a few whisper quietly to themselves, making wicked sidelong glances at Anna and her foster father's head. I was wrong, my dear girl, about the sphere. It wasn't enough. No. And now look where I've ended. I beg of you, lovely Anna, save your poor father, save me! Oh, please, save me, save me! But even as it speaks, Farrod's mewling head begins to sink back into the pillar's core. Anna stares hard at the pillar, eyes narrowed, her fists clenched, and tail rigid. A mixture of fury and anguish is smeared across her trembling face. Are you all right, Anna? Truth, I wish we could help him, Anna. It's a tragic thing to happen to anyone. Truth, it's sad, Anna, but he earned himself such a fate. Try not to suffer too greatly over it. Truth, I'm glad to see that bastard in there. Oh shit, I bet we could have... Oh my gosh, hang on, can I pause right now? Oh my god, okay, remain silent. Hang on. Remain silent, hang on, never mind, farewell. Hang on, let's quick load.
What's up?
Okay. Let's see. Folks wrote in telling me that I should probably keep the sphere and one other item on me. Fuck, and I forgot about it. I completely forgot. Let's see here. What was it recommended? Let's see. Let's see. Oh, okay, I gotcha. I see. Okay. So we should keep the ring Dayanara left in her legacy. Which, what the fuck ring was that? Was it Dayanara's wedding ring? Oh, yeah. Okay. Sure. Okay. Maybe I need to have this. Okay, I do actually have both. I do actually have... Well, do I need to have the ring in my inventory rather than on my person? Oh. It's probably fine to keep on my person. Okay. Sure. And then... Let's see, what else was there? Oh, we may actually be able to talk to our companions more? Okay. Well, we can do that. So let's go back a zone. Let's go back real quick. And we can speak to apparently everybody about Ravel. Okay.
Hey, what's eating you, Chief?
Huh. Let's see. I don't think I have anything I can say with Mort about Ravel. But maybe other folks?
What
Dakin?
is your will?
Dakin turns to you, his eyes like polished coal. His blade mirrors his eyes for a moment as you address him. Then he nods. What is your will? Okay, there are things I would know, Dakin. Ah, here we go. Okay. Oh, and also I should use the Circle of Zerthimon as a mage, apparently. Dakin, Ravel called you a slave. What did she mean? I feel like these are all things that I could have very easily missed. Apparently, I wouldn't have missed having Dayanara's ring and the sphere, though. I already had that. But deciding to talk to people again like this, very easily could have missed this shit. All right. Let's see. About your teachings. There we go. I want to temporarily resume the study of the art. Very well.
Stronger.
Okay.
I feel stronger.
And then... Oh, these are spells I can copy, actually? Huh. Good to know. Okay. Fuck it, I'll copy one. Dakin, do you want one? There you go. Enjoy that. Okay, and then... Let's see, what's my int at? 16. What did I need my int, though, for this? Here, I'm going to use a cranium rat charm. Okay. And just in case, I'm going to get another tattoo here. Going to yoink one. Okay. There we go. And then I'm going to interact with the Circle of Zerthimon. Okay. Reread the 7th circle. Okay, continue. We've seen all this before, I think. Finish reading them. Okay. These things were not learned quickly. The knowing of much of the ways was slow, and in all these things time's weight fell upon all. From the knowing of one's reflection in a steel blade to the knowing of submerging the will, to the knowing of seeing itself. All of these things and more the people built upon. In time, they came to know the whole. Examine the circle again. Now, I don't know if I have any other further recourse, even being a mage. Okay. I can try to speak with
What is your will?
Dakin. There are things I would know. Can I talk about your teachings? Oh. I've read the Unbroken Circle of Zerthimon. I want to speak to you more about the way of Zerthimon. Ah, here we go. What did you come to know? There was a seventh circle within the Stone of Zerthimon. It spoke of the building of the rebellion against the Illithids. Dakin falls silent. What does this seventh circle speak of? It speaks of time as an ally, not as an enemy. It says that patience can sharpen even the smallest of efforts into a weapon that can strike the heart of an empire. Your victories may be small, but over time, a greater victory may be achieved. I don't know. It speaks of time and labor, but I haven't found meaning in it. When I come to know its wisdom, I shall share it with you. I will not speak of it now. I had other things I would know, Dakin. I will share it with you another time. For now, let's move on. It speaks of time as an ally, not as an enemy. It says that patience can sharpen even the smallest of efforts into a weapon that can strike the heart of an empire. Your victories may be small, but over time, a greater victory may be achieved. Dakin is silent for a moment. Will you make this circle known to me? Take the Unbroken Circle of Zerthimon and unlock the seventh circle. I will, but not now. There are other things I would know. Okay, yeah, I'll do it. 5k XP, I got 2 items. As you take this circle and twist the links, 2 plates slide from the interior and into your hands. You have no idea where they came from, but the unbroken circle still seems intact. The 7th circle remains. Dakin watches you silently. There are 2 plates here. Perhaps we should both study them, you and I? Dakin is silent for a moment. There is much you have come to know of the circle, and your knowing carries a greater weight than mine. Dakin matches your gaze. Know that your path is mine, and it shall come to pass that as you knew the way of Zerthimon from me, I shall know the way of Zerthimon from you. We'll study the plates later. There were other things I would know. Okay. I guess we look at the plates in our inventory. Okay, let's look at them. I dropped one onto the floor even. Okay. 7th Circle of Zerthimon. Allows user to copy Missile of Patience into spellbook. Range ? Duration ? Speed ? Area of effect ? Usable only by mages, Dakin, and Nameless One. Inscribed on this circular stone plate is the 7th Circle of Zerthimon. Oh, are these all the... Is this all the same stuff that I had recently read? Know that the rising of the people against the Illithid was a thing built upon many turnings. Many were the people who lived and died under Time's blade, while the rising was shaped. The rising was shaped upon a slow foundation. Steel was gathered so that it might mark Illithid flesh. A means of knowing the movements of the Illithids were established. At first weak and confused, then stronger, like a child finding its voice. When the movements were known, then the Illithids were observed. In observing them, their ways of the mind were known. When the ways of the Illithid were known, many of the people were gathered and taught in secret the means to shield their minds, and the way to harness their will as weapons. They were taught the scripture of steel, and most importantly, they were given the knowing of freedom. These things were not learned quickly. The knowing of much of the ways was slow, and in all these things, time's weight fell upon all. From the knowing of one's reflection in a steel blade, to the knowing of submerging the will, to the knowing of seeing itself. All of these things and more the people built upon. In time, they came to know the whole. Now, is this the same as well? I think so. So I literally get one for me and one for Dakin. Oh, Dakin's inventory is full. Oh, shit, I can't teach it to him because his spellbook is full. Oh, what the fuck? Okay.
What is your will?
Let's see. I can't talk any more about it. Okay, can I talk to you about your teachings? I want to go back to... Oh, we can talk about the Circle of Zerthimon again? Okay, never mind, never mind. Okay. Do I need to refer to it again? Oh, okay, yeah. Examine the plates, see if you can puzzle out any new combinations. No way, is there an 8th one? As you examine the rings of the 7 circles of Zerthimon, you suddenly become aware of a pattern in the way the links are formed. You hook your fingers into the sides of the circle and unlock a hidden segment, pulling the plate forth so you can study it. What the fuck? Read the symbols. Know that a mind divided divides the man. The will and the hand must be as one. In knowing the self, one becomes strong. Continue reading the symbols. Know that if you know a course of action to be true in your heart, do not betray it because the path leads to hardship. Know that without suffering, the rising would have never been, and the people would never have come to know themselves. Continue. Know that there is nothing in all the worlds that can stand against unity. When all know a single purpose, when all hands are guided by one will, and all act with the same intent, the planes themselves may be moved. Continue. A divided mind is one that does not know itself. When it is divided, it cleaves the body in two. When one has a single purpose, the body is strengthened. In knowing the self, grow strong. Examine the circle again. Okay. Sure, reread the 8th circle. Okay, close it. Sure.
What is
Dakin?
your will?
Can I talk more about your teachings? I've read the Unbroken Circle. I want to speak to you more about it. What did you come to know? There was an 8th circle within the Stone of Zerthimon. It spoke of division of the mind and the importance of focus. Dakin falls silent. When he speaks again, his tone is quiet, almost reverent. What does the 8th circle speak of? It speaks of focus and discipline, about how not knowing oneself can physically divide the man. It also speaks of the weaknesses that division causes. It seems to me that it tells one to not only know themselves and take strength from that, but that your focus can reveal weaknesses in your enemy. I don't know, it speaks of focus and division, but I haven't found meaning in it. When I come to know its wisdom, I shall share it with you. Which I think sounds like, or implies that this is a wisdom check. I will not speak of it now. I had other things I would know, Dakin. I will share it with you another time. For now, let's move on. Okay, let's say it. Dakin is silent for a moment. Will you make this circle known to me? Okay. Take the Unbroken Circle of Zerthimon and unlock the 8th circle. I got 2 items. As you take the circle and twist the links, 2 more plates slide from the interior and into your hands. As with the 7th circle, you have no idea where they came from, but the Unbroken Circle still seems intact. The 8th circle remains. Dakin watches you silently. There are 2 plates here. We should both study them, you and I. I think you know the 8th circle, perhaps then... I think when you know the 8th circle, perhaps then you will know Zerthimon's heart. When he made the pronouncement of 2 skies, his words were not those of the Illithids, but of the people. Dakin stares at the plates, his eyes flickering over the geometries upon them, then looks up and matches your gaze. His blade bends, shifts, until the shimmering you noticed before has become a silver glow. He seems stronger somehow. Oh. Permanent strength dex con increases. Holy shit. Know that when death comes for you, know that I shall meet its blade with mine. Know that when all dies around you, know I shall live for your sake. When we die, Dakin, it shall be the same death. It shall be the pronouncement of two deaths as one.
Updated my
Oh my
journal.
god, we're like best buds. Okay. Here you go, Dakin. 8th circle. Hopefully you can learn this one. Allows the user to copy Zerthimon's focus into spellbook. Range 50 feet, duration 5 seconds per level. Speed 3, AoE is 1 creature. Usable only by mages, Dakin, and Nameless One. Okay. And the inscription is the same. Now he did copy that one successfully. So how high ranking is this? Okay. What spell did I learn? Did I learn a spell? Huh. Am I tripping? Did I not learn? Oh, Zerthimon's focus, I see. This enchantment helps the target remember Zerthimon's teachings on the ways to channel one's mental and physical focus during battle. When cast, the recipient's chances for a crit attack are raised for 5 seconds per level of the caster. Okay, that's not terrible. Do I want that or the Axe of Torment? Okay. Shit, I guess I'll remove one. I'll throw it in there. Why not? Okay. And then I'll copy that. Great. And then can I speak to you again, Dakin?
Your will.
More on the teachings. I want to speak with you more about the way of Zerthimon. No, never mind. Other things. Okay, can you turn me back into a fighter? Very well. Thank you. Dakin, Ravel called you a slave. What did she mean? The hag. She knows nothing. Dakin's blade ripples, and you watch as the edges become grayed and dulled. His face clenches and he speaks through his teeth. It is not my will to speak of this. I want to hear you speak of it. In fact, Ravel said a number of things in that conversation which interested me. Yeah, I want to know. Know that your will is my will. When you speak, know I must hear you. Know that your words may stay my blade or guide it to the throat of another. What? But why? We'll speak no more of this. There are other things I would know. I don't wish to hear anymore. Let's move on. What? But why? Dakin seems to look through you, as if meeting your gaze is unbearable. Your path is my path. I am chained to you. You're my slave? At the word slave, Dakin's face collapses in pain, as if he was struck. It is as if the word was a dagger, stabbing at the core of his suffering. But why, Dakin? No, it is a long tale. And know that nothing is gained in telling it. In the telling. I would hear it.
Updated my journal.
The people do not allow themselves to be enslaved to another in deeds or chains. If we find ourselves in such a cage, we act to free ourselves, even if it means we must endure another cage for a time. You performed a great service for me. In so doing, you enslaved me. I acted to free myself. Know that I surrendered my word and myself to act in your name until your death. But I can't die. I see. There are other things I would know. Let's speak of it another time. Let's move on. But I can't die. I was not known to this one. I surrendered my word to him. I surrendered myself. Know that there is now nothing left I may surrender except my life. Know now that I follow you only so I might die. What was the service I gave you that chained you? Dakin, it doesn't have to be that way. I can release you. I no longer wish you to be a slave. Consider the debt paid. So this other me exacted a promise from you to serve him until he died, and you didn't know he was immortal. Excellent. Let's move on. Slave. Jesus. Let's speak of it another time. Let's move on. Can I get more exposition here? Obviously I do want to free him, but I want to know more what the service was. Let's say that. You saved this one's life. In exchange, your life became mine. How did I save your life? Upon the rolling plain of limbo, the people shape cities from the chaos with their thoughts. Know that there is no place for a divided mind. Dakin raises the blade from his shoulder and holds it before him. As he stares at it, it sharpens until it is almost as thin as a piece of paper. Go on. A divided mind is an unfocused mind. A divided mind fractures walls and weakens stone. As Dakin speaks, the edges of the blade corrode slightly, the metal misting and melting along the edges. Many divided minds may destroy a city. I understand. Go on. Long have I known the words of Zerthimon. Through my voice, many have come to know the words of Zerthimon. The Zerth protect the community from all threats, whether to the body or the mind. They are the guiding stones in the chaos. So it came to pass that I spoke the words of Zerthimon without knowing the words of Zerthimon. It came to pass that I no longer knew myself. So you doubted the words. We're looping back into stuff we've heard before. No. Dakin's voice is edged and his blade sharpens in response. I knew the words, yet it came into my heart that perhaps others did not know the words as Zerthimon knew them, and so division formed. As my mind became divided, those that looked to me as a guiding stone became divided. Many scores of Githzerai, many hundreds of scores of Githzerai, doubted. Shrakat Lor died that day. Huh. How did we loop back into this? Okay. Sure. I understand. But then how does this get to back, right? I understand he had a divided mind, but how did we get back into me having saved him? So those that followed you came to doubt the words as well, and the city was weakened. The enemies of Zerthimon came. Know that their hatred of his words and the people lent their blades strength. Know that they sensed the weakened city, and they brought war with them. Many Githzerai drowned in the chaos and beneath the blades of our enemies. Small beads of metal appear on the surface of the blade, as if it is blistering. Know that this happened long ago. What happened to you? As I fell from the walls of Shrakat Lor, know that myself was broken. My blade was missed, my mind divided. I was adrift upon Limbo's seas, and I wished to drown. I died for days, my mind awash in division. When death finally came to me, it wore your skin, and it had your voice. Ah, here we go, okay. This is the new stuff. Me? You asked that I hear you. As Dakin says the words, your vision bleeds outwards, and a crawling sensation begins to worm its way through the back of your skull. You feel nauseous for a moment, and your vision is suddenly as chaos, smeared, twisted, and you are someplace else, someplace in the past, surrendered to the memory. Everything around you is in turmoil. Your vision is hazy, swirling, dizzying, all at once. There is mist, pockets of fire, islands of mud, stone and ice-covered rocks swimming through the plain like fish, impacting and dissolving, droplets of water arcing through the howling air and lashing your skin like teeth. You choke back your nausea, and you steady yourself. This is the plane of limbo. All is chaos. Nothing is stable. You focus on the dying man that lies before you. It is why you have come to this place. Echo, examine the Zerth, see if he still lives. The man is a Githzerai, his body embedded in an earthen pocket that swirls around him. Unconsciously, he has formed a grave from the elements, and though bits of fire and water lick at his face, he does not respond. His hands are ashen, his coal-black eyes focusing on nothing. His emaciated frame speaks of starvation, but you know it is the least of his wounds. It is faith that dealt him the mortal blow. Oh, fuck. Look at the blade he carries. Look for the blade he carries. In his limp left hand is a twisted mass of metal, its surface having melted around his hand like a gauntlet. As you watch, it steams and hisses like a diseased snake. The Githzerai does not seem to be aware of it, but it is that weapon that has brought you here. Dakin, Zerth of Shrakut-Lor drowning? Drowning. Like drowned nations. Last wielder of the Karak blade, know that I have come to you with the words of Zerthimon. Carved not in chaos, but in stone. Carved by the will in an unbroken circle. At the word Zerthimon, Dakin's eyes roll in their sockets, and they attempt to focus upon you. With effort, he cracks his mouth to speak, but only a dry hiss emerges. You bring forth the stone from your pack and hold it before him so he can see. Know that the words of Zerthimon inscribed upon this stone are true, and know that your divided mind need be divided no longer. All you must do is take the stone, and you shall know yourself again. Dakin's eyes flicker over the unbroken circle of Zerthimon, and for a moment you think he might be too close to death to recognize it. Then, the right hand twitches, and he pulls it slowly from its earthen prison. The clumps of earth steaming off it become water in Limbo's chaotic winds. His skeletal hands clutch the stone like a drowning man, and his eyes flash. Know that I have saved your life, Dakin, Zerth of Shrakut-Lor.
Updated my journal.
Dakin's eyes turn from the stone and flicker over you, and he hisses again, too dry for a moment to muster the words. He blinks, slowly, then speaks, his voice barely above a whisper, but the words are what you wanted to hear. My life is yours, until yours is no more. Close your eyes, return to the present. Dakin is silent. I heard your words. The chaos in my mind became still. I knew myself again. So you got this circle from me? Very well, there are other things I would know. Let's speak of it another time. Let's move on. So you got this circle from me?
Updated my journal.
Yes. In knowing its words, I knew myself. But did it save your life, Dakin, or did it divide you further once you studied the circle? Dakin is silent for a moment, but his blade writhes, as if in pain. He is slow to speak again, and when he does, his voice is somber. It divided me. Then did I save your life, Dakin? Or did I only add to the pain you already felt? Those words of Zerthimon's, they only seem to divide you more. I see it when you pore over the teachings. Let's say that. Dakin is silent. I say that I never saved you, Dakin. I only raised you from near death so that you might die again. If you had died at Shrakut-Lor, then you would have known peace. Your words carry the weight of truth. The death I would have died at Shrakat-Lor. That would have been the last death. Every day I've lived since is a new death. You need serve me no more, Dakin. I never saved your life. I only killed you twice. You owe me nothing. No. Dakin's forehead creases in pain and his eyes stare through you. It is not your word that carries the weight, and your word will not free me. The word that chains me is mine. The torment is mine. I know in my heart that the chains remain. Words will not free them. Is there any way you can be freed? Never mind then. There are other things I would know. We'll speak of this another time. This matter is not closed. Let's move on. Is there any way you can be freed? You must die a final death. Yet your path is not dead's path. There is no resolution to this matter. Vow. I swear I will find one, Dakin. I will find one that sets you free. I see. There are other things I would know. We'll speak of this another time. This matter is not closed. Let's move on. Vow. I swear I will find one, Dakin. I will find one that sets you free.
Updated my journal.
Dakin's voice becomes ragged, as if he has suddenly become sick. No, you have added other words to my words. His expression is pained and his gaze meets yours. Now, you have chained us both. I see. There are other things I would know. We'll speak of this another time. This matter is not closed. Let's move on. There are other things I would know. Are there, though? Oh, yeah. Huh. Is this going to loop if I ask how— You said I gave you the Circle of Zerthimon, Dakin? Yes, in knowing its words, I knew myself. But did it save your life, Dakin, or just divide you further once you studied the circle? I think we're looping here. Okay. The other things I would know. Tell me about the that other me, the incarnation you knew. What was he like? Dakin's gaze travels through you and he falls silent. Dakin?
Updated my journal.
Know that he was different. Know that the differences were not marked on the skin, nor in the way of the weapon, nor in the attire that cloaked him. Know that he was different in the way of thought, and the means he acted upon his thoughts. His will became substance. Know that he saw others and did not see them. He knew only how they could serve him. His heart was treacherous, and it was cold, and never did its coldness burn him. Did it ever touch you, Dakin? Did he betray you? Dakin's blade begins bleeding into a dull, flat black, and you watch as his edges, like teeth, begin sprouting from the edge of the blade. His face clenches, and he speaks through his teeth. It is not my will, you know of this. Tell me, Dakin, did he ever betray you? No, there were many treacheries. Any treachery upon me was by my hand, no other. Tell me, Dakin, what was the treachery? I surrendered my word to him. I surrendered myself. What are you talking about? Okay, and then we're looping here about when I learned that he's enslaved to me. But I can't die. It was a service that I gave you. Dakin, it doesn't have to be that way. Okay. Dakin, it doesn't have to be that way. I can release you. I no longer wish you to be a slave. Consider the debt paid. No. Dakin's forehead creases in pain and his eyes stare through you. It is not your word that carries the weight, and your word will not free me. The word that chains me is mine. The torment is mine. I know in my heart that the chains remain. Words will not free them. Is there any way you can be freed? You must die a final death. Yet your path is not Dead's path. There is no resolution to this matter. Okay, I'll find one. Okay, let's move on. Good talk. Let's see, and equip this stuff too. Give you back that Dakin. Okay, get the hammer re-equipped as well. Great. Okay, and then let's check in with Anna.
Aye. What is it you want then?
Ah, here we go. In the maze, Ravel said you were tormented. What did she mean? Anna frowns. She meant nothing, she did. Barmy hag talk it was. Are you sure? It was nothing. If you don't I know what she was saying, I don't either. Well, if you don't want to talk about it, I'm listening. Anna's gaze drops for a moment. I don't know why I'm traveling with you. I don't know why I want with you to find Ravel. She frowns, but she seems more confused than angry. It makes no sense, it does, and I don't like it. Anna takes a deep breath. I think I have feelings for you. It feels strange, it does. I don't think I've ever liked anyone, but you... Anna gives a half-hearted shrug without meeting your gaze. I don't know what it is about you. I mean, you're daft. A lot of times you walk like your hips are broken. You're clumsy. You smell like a zombie, but... She sighs. I like you. Anna, why didn't you say something? We could have settled this long, but... Anna, I care about you, but just not in that way. I'm going to continue turning her down, right? I'm going to keep committing to, like, the Dayanara bit or whatever, you know? Anna frowns and glares at the ground. Maybe it's a blessed thing. It is too. Feeling for others just get you stabbed in places that don't heal. Anna, why didn't you say something? We could have settled this long, but... It's 'cause I think you're doomed. Anna suddenly meets your gaze. I think you walk with chains, but you don't know it yet. So, I feel for you. But I'm afraid for you, and that's killing me. It is. I don't want you to come to harm, but I don't know what to do to stop it. So I walk with you. I appreciate you standing by me, Anna. Well, I think I am doomed. Look, I had some other questions. I see. Well, look, enough of this. Let's move on. I appreciate you standing by me. Well, she falls silent for a moment, then shrugs. No matter. I had some other questions. Nothing, Anna, just checking. Except for the part where I wasn't just checking. Okay. Grace? Can you tell me about the Tanari? Know about the Sensates? Okay, yeah, I guess Grace didn't really get super singled out during this, or did she? Oh, no, here we go. Yeah. Sure. When we were in Ravel's maze, Ravel said you were tormented. Are you in pain? Maybe I should try asking, what's his name, about our travels together, too. I forget, did it come up then, as well? Mort? When we were in Ravel's maze, Ravel said you were tormented. Are you in pain? Fall from Grace is silent for a moment, her gaze becoming distant. When she turns back to you, her eyes are a strange shade of azure, a shade that speaks of sadness and tears. Ravel sees much with her black, brambled eyes. Some things which are hidden to others' eyes, even things about our own natures. She shakes her head slowly. Sometimes the pain makes itself known. I've learned it is a difficult thing to turn on one's nature. Are you going to be all right? She smiles very faintly, and she meets your gaze. Yes, you're kind to ask. The pain still makes itself known. But I came to terms with my nature many centuries ago. Very well then. Grace stops you before you can continue. I thank you for asking about my well-being. Your concern is not unwelcome. Just wanted to make sure you are all right. I had some other questions? Can I read your diary? No. Okay. Please? A lady must have her secrets. Okay. Sure. Okay. Are you in pain? Sadness again? Yeah, same. Okay, that's all. We didn't get too much out of Fall from Grace. How about Nordum? Okay. As creative director... Oh, no, wait. Hang on. No, this is nothing new, I don't think. Unless I have new orders I can give to Nordum. Why don't you go hostile and attack everyone you can? Switch crossbows? No, okay, that's it. Scrap that idea. So let's try Mort again.
You, Chief.
Yeah, I can't get any extra information. Maybe if I ask for advice? Okay, never mind. Sure. I think that's the best I can do.
Done.
Alright. Well, now with all that out of the way, holy cow. Let's head back to the Pillar of Skulls.
Done.
Sure. Okay. Get the pillar's attention. Oh, right, Mort. What happens if it sees Mort? Is this room for more exposition, or is this actually going to be really fucking bad for Mort? Alright, hang on. Fine, we'll leave. I'm going to quick save. Right? If it actually, like, permanently removes Mort from the party, I'll reload. Right? But in the interest of it maybe giving us more exposition, I'll talk with Mort right here. Okay, get the pillar's attention. Forget it, Mort. I'm going to speak to it now. You take another cautious step towards the pillar, and all their conversation abruptly stops. The dozens of heads that lines the pillar's surface slowly turn to face you in unison. They regard you silently, their breath fetid and moist upon you, until you notice Mort cowering behind you. Oh no. Every head on the pillar's surface speaks at once to make the thing's voice a terrible burbling sound that burbles forth while foul, stinging vapors and putrid corruption stream from their mouths. You again! 'Tis been a long time indeed! Many of the heads begin to gibber and drool, chanting, skull, 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 gleefully licking their lips, their eyes fixated upon Mort. What do you mean? Silence! We speak not to you, but to the skull. Welcome back, little one. Have you at last decided to return to the fold, to accept your final fate, to take up once more your sacred duty? Several heads burst forth from the pillar's core, gnashing their broken teeth and wailing. Yes, come back! Come back to a skull! Skull! Mort shakes with fear, his teeth rattling. I can't go back, Chief. I can't. He hasn't come back to you, but I have some questions, Pillar of Skulls. Every head on the pillar's surface speaks at once to make the thing's voice a terrible burbling sound that bubbles forth while foul, stinging vapors and putrid corruption stream from their mouths. The smell 'tis strong, it shall cross the plains soon, and Bel will come. The smell, what do you mean? Oh, this is once again about Grace. Batizi will be angry. Okay. Oh, Mort says, oh, that's just great. The heads turn their gazes back to you, though a few still snuffle noisily. If you have questions for us, you had best be quick. A few of the heads squint and gurgle softly. You think they might be laughing at you if we heard this? As I said before, before you could finish, and then Farad's. Okay. What you be doing in this place? Okay. The other heads remain mostly silent for a time as Farad speaks. Only a few whisper quietly to themselves, making wicked sidelong glances at Anna and her foster father's head. I was wrong, my dear girl, about the sphere. It wasn't enough, no. And now look where I've ended. I beg of you, lovely Anna, save your poor father. Save me, oh please, save me, save me. But even as it speaks, Farad's mewling head begins to sink back into the pillar's core. Anna stares hard at the pillar, eyes narrowed, her fists clenched and tail rigid. A mixture of fury and anguish is smeared across her trembling face. Anna, are you alright? Let's check in first. Anna, are you alright? Anna smirks, spits, and turns away from the pile of rotting heads. She shrugs, but won't look at you. No matter. Did you love Farad, Anna? Anna turns, eyes blazing. He was my da. She bares her teeth. I hated him. He only saw in me a way to scarper more bodies, more jink and more junk to line his vault. Anna dear, Anna lass, you're the most precious thing in me vault. He'd lie, and he'd lie. And he was weak o' mind and weak o' body. And he smelled a corpse rot, and had all the feelings of a vulture picking at a corpse. Anna's voice lowers, but the fire in her eyes burns brighter. And he was the only one ever to show me a scrap of kindness. Is that what you wanted to hear, is it? You please now, Enough, bellow the pillar's stinking heads. We tire of your insignificant prattle, and would know your business with us. Questions. I had questions. The head shifts sluggishly around the face of the pillar, nodding and murmuring before speaking in its ghastly voice. Ask a question of us then, and be prepared to hear our demands. You shall render unto us a service for your answer. What are you? How do I reach the Fortress of Regrets? Who am I? Who is my killer? Never mind, farewell. What are you? The heads gurgle and croak their reply through rotted lips. We would answer that question for a service. Very well, what's your demand? Come on, Chief. Didn't I just tell you what it was? It's composed of the heads of liars whose advice sent those they advised to their deads. It can answer almost any question. It knows more than a lot, but it'll expect a whole mess of payment for its services. Don't ask it a question like that. The heads interrupt with their one voice. Silence! You demean our noble station with such casual talk. A particularly hideous head cries out. And to call all of us liars is... Before being sucked back into the pillar's sickly heart. I had another question then. How do I reach the Fortress of Regrets? We would... Okay, need a service. What's your demand, Pillar? The Pillar's head all turn to leer at Mort. The skull. We demand the skull as tribute. Return him to us, and you shall have your answer. Don't put me back in there, Chief, please. Cease your feeble protestations, Skull. The decision is not yours. The pillar's many heads swivel slowly to face you, their eyes narrowed. Too long has he cheated his fate. He is ours. Were you to return him, we would be most well disposed towards such a gift. We wish to savor his screams. All right, you may have him. A gift? What other gifts would you accept? Never mind, farewell. Okay. Were you to return him, we would be most well disposed towards such a gift. A gift? What other gifts would you accept? The pillar leans toward you, the eyes of its heads narrowing. There is knowledge that you possess that we wish for ourselves. Where does the fiend fuel-forked tongue reside? Tell us, and we shall answer your question. The stench of the pillar's hot breath surrounds you as it awaits your reply. In the Outlands, where Ulgoris, father of all Garistro, was laid low in the Crater War, Fuel lives within its skeleton. Lie. Fuel has hidden himself well in a demiplane of a long-dead sorcerer's devising. He appears only occasionally within Sigil, and it's there that I met him. I won't say. What other gifts would you accept? What other gifts? The pillar's head save for the hissing of foul vapors issuing from the rents in its rancid surface. Remains silent for a time. Finally it answers, There is an object in your possession that we wish for ourselves. The Modron Cube. Give it to us and we shall answer your question. Oh, the Modron Cube? I would be willing to give that up. Okay, I can't do that. What other gifts would you accept? The pillar's heads frowned, and their eyes flickering this way and that. Suddenly, they all come to rest on Fall from Grace. She will do. Yes, the Tannery, give her to us. We will consume her alive, bathe ourselves in her sweet blood. Then we shall answer your question. A number of the heads begin to moan with longing, calling to Grace. Yes, Tannery, sweet succubus, wicked thing, surrender yourself to us. Very well, you may have her. I can't do that. What other gifts would you accept? A deep rumbling issues from within the pillar. More heads worm their way to its roiling surface, dissecting you with their scarlet eyes. At last, their gaze finds Anna. Wait, did it actually want the Modron Cube or did it want Nordum? Yeah, which one did it mean? Okay. A deep rumbling issues from within the pillar. The more heads worm their way to its roiling surface, dissecting you with their scarlet eyes. At last, their gaze finds Anna. The fiendling. Give us the tiefling girl. Yes, we shall tear her apart within us, revel in the basking of her sweet, fiery blood. Then we shall answer your question. I can't do that. What other gifts would you accept? The mouths of every head on the pillar's face split in depraved, sickly grins. They chortle and bubble and burble, laughing at you. You have nothing for us, save yourself. Come, immortal, give us a taste of your undying blood. Then we shall answer your question. The heads clack their teeth together, drooling and smacking their split, pus-covered lips in anticipation. Very well, I agree to your demands. And I can't say, like, I'll give you something else. I don't know, I'm pretty tempted to sell out that one crotchety asshole who was forced by contract to help me, right? Who was otherwise like an evil asshole, right? He's kind of the perfect scapegoat. You know, hate to do it to him, but it's feeling like this is maybe the opportunity. Like he's not exactly a nice guy. Okay. Never mind, farewell. The pillar halts your departure with a sudden demand. Stop. Give us the skull. We shall not allow him to go. He is ours. He shall not leave Avernus. The heads begin cooing at and taunting Mort. Yes, Skull. Don't be shy. Come back, Skull. It's comfortable in here, Skull. Come back. Come. It doesn't hurt, Skull. 'Tis great fun to be without a body, living in a pillar of rot with 1,000 other lying heads. Grab Mort, thrust him into the Pillar of Skulls. Forget it, Pillar, farewell. The Pillar's furious heads begin to howl and bellow out across the plains. The very ground beneath you shakes as the thundering cacophony threatens to deafen you. Leave quickly. Uh-oh, they're yelling intruder trespasser. Okay, I'm gonna talk to them. I'm gonna talk to them again. Once more you stand before the Pillar of Skulls. The innumerable rotting heads which make up the vast pile seems to constantly shift and throb, alternately bickering, weeping, conversing, shouting, and whispering to one another. Heads constantly bubble to the surface of the stack from somewhere within its foul core, while others sink back into the grisly pillar. Okay, hello. I had some questions, Pillar. Okay. Let's see. What if I try and ask, who am I? Who am I? What's your demand? Oh, they want something every time. For every single one. Okay. Is it for all of my question? No, okay, never mind. Never mind, forget it, Pillar. Leave quickly. Okay, I'm going to offer up the fucking forked tongue. Let me see. Can I get more information on them? Visual forked tongue. Forked Tongue is a victim of Trius, whom he calls the Betrayer. He signed a contract with the Deva that consigned him to acts of charity until Trius is dead. He makes his home in the bones of Ulgoris in the Outlands, hiding from mortal and immortal alike. He has knowledge and items that may prove useful. Okay. Consigned him to acts of charity. How do I want to fuck this dude over? Also, what's the worst that could happen if I give them a taste of my own blood? You know? How bad would that be? If I, like, sacrifice some of myself? Would that be bad? Okay, I'm gonna give them some of myself. Let's see what happens. They know I'm undying anyway. Okay. Get the Pillar's attention. Had some questions. How do I reach the Fortress of Regrets? What's your demand, Pillar? Okay, I'm not gonna put you back in there, Mort. What other gifts? Okay, I won't say what... I could also lie, but I don't know if I want to do that too. A thing that seems to have some sort of proclivity for lies. You know, it somehow in its nature is lying, right? Not that it lies, but it consists of liars. So maybe it would know. Okay, I won't say. What other gifts? Okay. Is it that they think of... Are they referring to Nordum here? They want Nordum? I'm assuming so. Like, they want one of any companion. Okay, I can't do that. What other gifts? Okay, what other gifts? What other gifts? Okay, sure. Have some of me. Give us a taste of your undying blood, then we shall answer your question. Okay. Approach us, then. Yes, come closer. The heads seem to draw back within the pillar as you approach it. Step closer. I've reconsidered, actually. Farewell. Step closer. Though you draw only a single step nearer, you suddenly find yourself much closer to the pillar's writhing surface than you had imagined. Before you can react, it presses forward into you like a wave of broken bone and rotten worm-infested meat. As the rancid darkness envelops you, the pillar's heads begin to consume you alive. Maybe I'm actually going to die here. Fall into darkness. You find yourself standing. Oh, max HP permanently decreased by 15. Holy shit. Huh. Okay. That's an interesting trade-off. I like that. Okay. You find yourself standing before the Pillar of Skulls, aching and unsure of what exactly has just happened. What you are certain of, though, is that your body is somehow weaker for whatever ordeal it just suffered through. The grotesque heads leer down at you, grinning and smacking their lips. The pillar savors your gift for a time, its heads cooing and whispering to one another. And my answer? Already you possess the key, and need only the location of the portal that shall lead you there. We know not where the portal lies, but might tell you its key. Regret. Many of the pillar's heads begin to weep and moan. Yes, regret! Regret! Okay. I already possess the key. Maybe it's the ring or the sphere. Regret?
My journal.
Yes. You must have experienced regret to breach the fortress. Write it upon a piece of your flesh, and your passage through the portal is assured. And the portal, you say you don't know where it is? Well, this is ironic. Write it upon a piece of your flesh, right? That's one of the main things that you hear people say that they'll sometimes regret is like a tattoo or a specific design of tattoo, you know? And the portal, you say you don't know where it is? Yes, only there. Only 3 have known the way. The first one was you, though you have forgotten now. The second lies beyond the portal and shall not emerge. The third. The third? The third one you have already met. They know of your condition, the fortress, and your need to reach there, but they shall not help you. Their shield is one forged from the cold metals of lies and deception, a thing you cannot hope to break with mere words. You must do battle with them. Who is it? The heads remain silent for a time, giving you naught but smug smiles. Finally it speaks. You have met the liar, and not for the first time. The liar knows, but did not tell you. A petty betrayal between mortals. Some of the decomposing heads roll their eyes and snicker at you. It's gonna be Mort, isn't it? Fuel, Forked Tongue? Lothar? Ravel? Trius? Huh. Is Mort immortal, though? Mort meaning death. Maybe it's Trius who is likely... Like, I don't think Fuel is immortal, is it? Lothar? I don't think they were immortal. Ravel was kind of immortal in a way by virtue of being imprisoned. Trius being a Deva was definitely immortal, right? I'll say Trius.
My journal.
Oh, yes. Though we know him by his full name. Trius the Betrayer. The pillar shakes with mirth, the pile of rotting heads tottering back and forth as it laughs at your distress. A few of the heads chant mockingly, Betrayer, Betrayer, Trius the Betrayer. But he said he didn't know. Why would he lie to me? How did he come to know this? I had another question. That's all I wish to know. Farewell. Why would he lie to me? The answer is not ours to give. You must seek him out yourself and ask him. How did he come to know of this? Trius exchanged words with you once, long ago, when you knew the way. You spoke your heart, and Trius, in the way of all great betrayers, listened well to build your trust. Short the conversation was, though filled with meaning. Meaning and death is what you seek. 2 separate things. They are for a normal man, but for you, one and the same. Okay, I had another question. The head shift sluggishly across the face of the pillar, nodding and murmuring, before speaking in its ghastly voice. Ask a question of us then, and be prepared to hear our demands. You shall render unto us a service for your answer. Okay, I'm gonna offer myself up 15 HP every time. Unless it, like, exponentially grows more and more severe every time. But I'm gonna ask it every fucking thing. Right, so in totality, I'm gonna lose out 60 HP. I don't fucking need it. Right? I can get by without it. You know? It's no big deal. What are you? Okay, what is your demand? Okay. I had another question. Who am I? So, Mort doesn't even want me to ask it. Okay. What's your demand, Pillar? Okay, so I'm asking it, who am I? They demand the skull as tribute. Okay, so this I can ask. Mort doesn't want me to ask a question that he's already answered for me. What other gifts? So we're probably going to have to go through all of this again. What other gifts? And I'm assuming when it asks for the Modron Cube, it doesn't mean like the expendable one. I'm assuming it means Nordum. Okay, I can't do that. What other gifts? I can't do that. Nope, can't do that either. Alright, I'll give you another taste. Approach us then. Yes, come closer. The head seemed to draw back within the pillar as you approach it. Step closer. Okay. Begins to consume you alive, same as before. Okay. It's like being pulled apart by a mob, you know? Fucking, like, mob mentality death, or whatever, right? Just a big crowd of people lose their shit or whatever. You find yourself standing before the Pillar of Skulls, aching and unsure of what exactly has just happened. Okay, same as before. The Pillar savors your gift for a time, and my answer. Not who, what. You have been divided. You are one of many men. One in many men. Each one, whether good or evil, a monster who casts a shadow upon existence. A shadow upon existence?
Updated my journal.
Oh, yes. The Pillar's heads narrow their eyes and smile grotesquely. Each time you die, immortal, you cast a shadow. Each time you die, another dies in your stead. These shadows, they gather, hungering for you, within the fortress of regrets. How many times have you perished, Nameless One? How many hundreds, thousands have died because of you? The Pillar trembles with wicked glee. Its heads pull faces and gurgle mockingly at you. Is that all you have to say, Pillar? I had another question. That's all I wish to know. Farewell. Is that all you have to say? The heads abruptly cease their laughter. No, you bear many names. Each has left their scars on your flesh. Go on. Lost One, Immortal One, Incarnation's End, Man of 1,000 Deads, the one doomed to life, Restless One, one of many. Wait, wasn't one of many also the name of, the Cranium Rat boss? The one whom life holds prisoner, the bringer of shadows, the wounded one, misery bringer, Yemeth. Yemeth? Why is Yemeth kind of familiar to me? Why do I think I know Yemeth? Where's that from? Keep listening. You are as silvered glass that is cracked, shattered, and the pieces scattered across history. Only one piece is of import. Regain that and your life shall be yours once more. There will be a price. This price will buy you a chance. Without the chance, you are doomed. Go on. Only one piece of is of import. We know what they're talking about. You have lost that which is never meant to be separated from man. Your mortality has been stripped from you. Lost. It exists, but you must find it before your mind is lost to you as well. I had another question. Okay. Who is my killer? Oh. The pillar remains strangely silent. Some of its heads simply look away, while others shudder with pained expressions. Eventually, they gather themselves and speak once more. We do not know. Those heads that once contained such knowledge have been destroyed, removed from us. We cannot answer you this question. Part of me wants to do an evil playthrough where I put everyone in my party in there, you know? Like, only have goodly... Right, do an evil playthrough where I only have goodly followers with me, or neutral, and I put all of them inside of this fucking thing. Like, I would imagine we'll be tormented by it. Okay. I had another question. I can ask, what are you, but I have to get rid of Mort. Never mind, farewell. Okay, forget it, Pillar. Okay.
Good as done.
Now they're doing their screaming again. What were they saying? What were the last lines? I couldn't parse that. Okay. Get the Pillar's attention. I had some questions, Pillar. What are you? Okay. Very well, what's your demand? Fall from grace. The Pillar of Skulls is a pillar of living heads composed of those whose lies sent others to their deaths. It can answer a number of questions as it knows a great deal, but expects a great deal of payment for its services. One should not ask it such questions. Oh, everyone doesn't want me to answer. Okay, hang on.
Yes.
Let's keep trying.
Very well.
Please, let's get out of here, okay?
Oh, he's got new ambient dialogue for the Pillar. Okay. Let's try it again. I'm probably going to reload because it seems very likely like they're trying to save me from this. Like from just taking a debuff or killing one of the party members permanently. Okay. Get the Pillars of attention. Okay, another pillar. Sorry, I had some questions. Yada yada. What are you? Is someone going to interrupt this time? It's Nordum. Everyone wants me to not... Okay, well, let's at least hear out everyone, like, saying, like, stop, you idiot, don't ask it this. Pillar of Skulls. Known to be composed of the living heads of mortals who have lied, where said lies resulted in the deaths of other mortals. The pillar serves as a repository of knowledge. The pillar will demand payment for sharing said knowledge no less than 97% of the time. The pillar's demands are consistency, with a level that the typical mortal would call very great. Logic would suggest one not query the pillar unless the need for a particular unit of information could be considered similarly very great. Okay. Sure. Let's send Nordum away. Okay, let's try it again. I had some questions. What are you? Who's it this time? Oh, it's Anna. What are you, an idiot? It's the brain boxes of swords whose lion sent some poor Burke to his death. It can answer almost anything, but it'll want a piking lot for its answer, so's it will. Don't I be asking it questions like that? Okay. I'll leave then.
Hi.
Anna, you head on out over here. I wonder what Dakin will say. Will Dakin even object? Okay. What are you? Now Dakin interjects. Dakin speaks quietly to you. The Pillar of Skulls is a pillar of living heads, composed of those who lied knowing their deception would lead to another's death. It can answer a number of questions as it knows a great deal, but it expects a great deal of payment for its services. One should not ask it such questions. Okay, I'll leave then. Farewell. How much HP do I have now? I'm down to 88. Fuck. Okay, I'm not yet the lowest HP party member, but I'm getting there. Okay. Sure. Let's see, get the pillar's attention. Had some questions, pillar. Okay. What are you? Very well, what's your demand? Okay, I'm not going to give up Fajul, as perhaps evil they may be. I won't say what other gifts. Huh. The modern cube is actually what it wants. Not Nordum, it wants the cube itself. What other gifts? Weird. Okay, very well. I'll take the HP hit. Okay, let's see.
Updated my journal.
All right. And my answer. We are those who, in mortal lives long since forgotten, made suggestions which led to the death of another. Some call us liars. Yet what is truth but another name for a lie? Truth so often cloaks deceit. The heads mutter, and nod to one another in affirmation, then turn back to you. We know much, but ask much of those who would question us. Okay, I had another question. Do I? No, I don't, because who is my killer gets me nothing. Okay, farewell then. I'm down to 73. It didn't even oh no, it did take 15. Should I continue around like this? Kind of feel like I ought to, right? Should I do that? I feel like I ought. Should I? What if there's special reactivity to me having done that? Right? To me having talked to it that many times and offered myself 3 times.
Right.
You know, rule of threes. I don't know. Besides, we got Mort to tank anyway. How tough could it be? Wouldn't be that tough, would it? Going around like this? No, wouldn't be that tough. Surely not. Okay. Yeah, I think we try this. I think we fucking try this. Okay. Maybe I should consider dropping the negative token may actually really come in handy though. Word against shadows, because now we know the source of the shadows definitively, and that the Fortress of Regrets is probably going to be full of them, right? So maybe we should be a little bit careful. All right. What's our quest update say? Return to Curse and speak to Trius, who might well... yeah. Okay. The Pillar of Skulls told me that Trius, who had called Trius the Betrayer, would know where the portal to the Fortress of Regrets was. The Pillar of Skulls told me it was made up of the heads of those whose lies led others to their deaths. It can answer many questions, but expects much in terms of payment for its knowledge.
I'm gone.
Okay. Yeah, let's just continue on like this. Let's see how it goes. Special hard mode. Oh. Is this Fajul? Oh. It's a Cornigan. Well, I guess we're fucking fighting it then, huh?
Prime scum.
Good.
I hear your words.
Let's see here. Uh-oh, this one's still moving around a bit. Okay.
How may I help?
Let's do Call Lightning here as well. Actually, let's not do it just yet. Try and get Litany of Curses again there.
Imbecile.
There is nothing I can do.
Perfect.
I will hear you.
Dakin, what else do you have? How about... And we can do the Axe of Torment right here. Why not?
What's up, Chief?
There cannot be
There's
disguise.
nothing I can
You
do.
dog's body.
Crossbow.
There's really not much
Harm
damage.
target.
Ooh, fuck.
Awaiting
Immune to weapon?
order.
Let's see. Huh. Well, shit. That's not good.
Might stop working on this thing. What's the word, Chief?
Oh, it's everybody with
Crossbows
+3
cannot harm.
THACO
Crossbows
weapons or whatever,
cannot
enchanted
harm
ones.
target.
Isn't it? Okay.
Imbecile.
Crossbows cannot harm target. Nordum addressed.
Balance
I'm
in
listening.
all
Let's see
things.
here. Let's see. Try and launch this back there. Great. Okay. Try another one.
May my faith lend me strength.
Error.
Great.
What's up?
Good.
Yeah. Good as done.
All right.
Oh, whoops. Okay. Hang on, let's go back in. They're all still there. Sure. Let's see here.
Done.
Good. And let's try and get Mort to taunt him again.
Your face is just begging to be kicked.
Great. Okay.
It is I.
And let's see. Dakin, can you maybe use Reign of Anger on this? Ooh, nice. Okay. Holy shit. Very loud.
Stinkers.
Get the Black Abbey Shy.
Ready. Why not?
The rock sings true.
Go. We'll be careful here with Anna. Gonna yoink this up and use it.
What's the word, Chief?
I'm here.
Let's see. Can we do some healing on Mort?
What's up? You got a face only a sledgehammer can love.
Faith lend me
Yes.
strength.
Endure. In enduring, grow strong. There cannot be disguise.
Planes, Beator. Location, Avernus. Current location, unknown.
He said
May your
Beator.
will be done.
Okay, let's try this.
Your sheer ugliness.
Man,
stabs
they are just
pain into
immune
my
to the
eyes.
taunting, huh?
I'm gone.
Packet dropped. Reiterate request.
All right.
Good.
I will hear you. In
I'm hurt.
Zerthimon name.
Oh,
Another
fuck.
trip to the mortuary.
Are we going to the mortuary? No.
Awakened.
Okay. Good. But now there's fewer assholes here.
I, Nordum.
Let's see. Let's move this over. Have you used that? Why not?
Huh? Your sheer ugliness stabs pain.
Yeah, Litany of
into my
Curses
eyes.
just does nothing against him.
Nothing I can do.
Awaiting order.
All right.
Okay, good. We're free. And then we're just gonna do the straight shot here. Oh, there's another Black Abishai. See if we can get it.
Filthy stinkers.
Perfect.
Balance in all things.
I'm gone.
Oh my gosh. Ugh, the big super fire blaster. Is there actually a trap there we could be detecting or whatever? Yeah, detect traps.
Right.
No? Okay, well, let's let's be careful. Oh, great. Okay, and this was the spot? Cleft in the rocks. Alright, pick up a shard of obsidian, place it into your mouth, and bite it so that it cuts your tongue. As the jagged bit of volcanic glass bites into your tongue, there is a strange tingling in your mouth. The area around the cleft in the rocks shimmers, and suddenly a portal is there. Leave. Oh, we're back here. Okay. Well, we can go meet up with our friend. Maybe he'll actually be pretty happy about what we've done, or what we haven't done, you know? Okay. Let's get past these assholes, though. Holy shit, there are so many. Can I navigate to it from here? It's a tight squeeze. There we go.
Done.
Hopefully I can say to Fajul, yeah, I chose not to give you up. I took all your stuff, but you know what? I didn't take your life or your peaceful life here. Your way of life.
So you've returned. And what did the pillar speak of? Did it answer your insipid questions?
I just had a few questions. He grits his teeth.
How may I serve you further?
Okay. How do I get out of this crater?
My journal.
Fair. Does this mean that you shall leave me to my solitude once again? Then I proclaim, with as much delight as possible, that the portal lies under the ass end of this creature's bones. It will return you to that groveling hovel town of Cursed, from whence you came, and I can think of few more befitting ways for you to travel.
Thanks. I had a few more questions. Tell me about Trius. And we've heard this before. More questions? So why are the Batizu chasing you?
Fair. They seek to balance their books, to redress wrongs, to ensure that all is set right. My existence, away from their sight, mars the perfection they seek to levy on the face of evil.
Okay, more questions. You have anything else you'd like to share with me? The fiend freezes.
Nothing of value. Maybe a trifling charm, a trinket you might have. If you are truly in need, then yes, you may have them. Otherwise...
Alright, yeah, what have you got?
Thrice damned you. Thrice damned be you, mortal. You had best pray that the Deva has eternity running through his veins. For if he has not, I shall see to it that you will pay me back in kind. But it will not be magic that I will expect in return. No, I meant no harm. I withdraw my poorly worded speech. I meant no harm.
Okay. If you have no need for them, Forked Tongue, I could use them.
I can always use these items. I can use them especially against the horde of fiends you have so thoughtlessly led to my door.
Then I shall allow you to keep them. Alright, yeah, you can keep them then.
Your generosity is that of the thrice accursed Devas of Elysium. What more do you want from poor Fijul?
Come to think of it, let me see your wares. Okay, forget it, you don't have any wares. Alright. Answer some questions for me instead. Is there a world in which this guy survives and he shows up, like, toward the end of the game or whatever to, like, pass judgment on me? Right? Because now it's got me thinking, what if somehow throughout all this I have to kill Trius, and then he gets freed of the contract, and then he shows up and he's like, well, you took all my stuff, but you did let me live, and you didn't take all my emergency supplies, you know? Okay, I need a place to rest. Okay, yeah, we can just chill. Well, let's do it. All right, let's see, rest party. Great. Okay, you know what? I think maybe we ought to call it here for now, because it sounds like once we return to Cursed, shit may really kick off with regards to Trius. Right, we have to confront him about his betrayal and lying to me, at least personally. Anyway, when next we return, we're going back to Cursed and maybe to more places, right? For some reason, I have Carcerai on the map, the world map, even though I don't think I've been to Carcerai, have I? I don't think so. It's so curious to me that it says Pillar of Skulls, despite the fact that that was Baator, you know, or Baator, I think it was called, by Nordum. There's still one more place, and there's other parts of Cursed, but the other part of Cursed may be like the one area that I could have gone to help that dude's daughter, but I accidentally went to the pit. You know, that may be what's missing there, and thus will never show up. But something over here will show up. I feel like we're rapidly nearing the end of the game, but I don't know. Okay. Well, when next we return, we're going back to Cursed and confronting Trius. Until next time, please take care of each other.